everybody, my name is Professor Tedone, and I want to go over 414, the Community Promoting Wholeness, with you. There's a few things on here that are a little different than some of your other courses, so I thought it was important to have a video to introduce you properly. First of all, we're assuming that most of this course will be done face-to-face or in land settings. If for some reason COVID-19 causes us to have online courses, I'm going to include in this video what we would do in that case. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is the Moodle page and what it's going to look like. Of course, you'll have your course faculty and their information at the top, and then your important first documents. Your syllabus is right here, and then a video introduction, which is what I'm showing you right now, is right here. Your course calendar will be completed by your professor by the time you see this, and you will have this available to you. In the course calendar, you will find all of your assignments and the dates that the assignments are due. Your logistics chart merely tells you what you're going to be learning each week. The reading assignment grid is something your professor may or may not choose to use. What this grid is if you are assigned a chapter to read, you would read that chapter, and then you would report on that chapter to the classroom. So some of your professors may choose to do that, some may not. It's professor driven. Your assignments and guidelines and examples are right here. And right here we have all of your assignments, and in that we have instructions for them and important other information. Your rubrics are included down here, and it's very important that for every single thing that you do that is grade driven, you look at the rubric to assure that you have everything in there and not too much in there to get the project done. Your week 1 starts here and so on. What I want to show you that's different for this course is weeks 4 and 5, there are no classes. These 2 weeks have been set aside for you to do your clinical assignments. Now, when COVID-19 restrictions are lifted, you'll be able to do your face-to-face community practice experiences in chosen locations. What you're going to do is I will be sending you an information sheet to fill in. It's called a questionnaire, and you're going to put down in there in order where you would like to go to spend 24 hours with an RN in an outpatient, non-acute setting. In other words, it would be a school nurse, or it would be a clinic nurse, home care nurse, any nurse that works outside of the acute hospital setting, okay? Some places may be restricted for a while, so we're going to have to play with that a little bit. That's why I need 3 or 4 different choices from you. And then once these are arranged, I will call you or send you an email and let you know where you're going to be going and whom you are to contact to set up your 24-hour shadow time with, okay? Now, during the time you're spending with the RN, you're also going to be assisting him or her with some of the duties. This may include vital signs, measuring wounds, taking off wound dressings, but not putting on complicated wound dressings. It's anything you feel comfortable with and he or she feels comfortable with for you to assist. For school nurses, oftentimes they have you check the students' temperatures while they're sitting there and some of their other vital signs. This is something you will work out with them. Usually the first day you spend watching and learning, and the second and third days you spend assisting. Onward we go. We have at the bottom here, I'm going to show you. During week 8, many assignments are due. Now, if you get them done early, it's fine to put them in here early. Many of the things here listed you will have done prior to this week. You're going to have your clinical log for your clinical practice experience, and that's for the 24 hours you spend with the nurse that I was just talking to you about, and you're going to load that here. And this is going to include a signature page from your preceptor for each day, the date of the experience, the arrival time, departure time, and what you learned during your time with him or her, and what you assisted with. And you're also going to have 4 hours you're going to be spending with a discharge planner. Now this you can arrange on your own, please. It's a discharge planner of your choice, does not have to be a nurse. Many discharge planners are not nurses. So what you will do is you will spend 4 hours with a discharge planner, and you also need to receive a signature from the discharge planner and put that in the Dropbox here. And going down, you're going to also spend some time at 2 different community agencies or resources. Now, if for some reason that community agency or resource is not accepting students for interviews, you can do the interview by phone. But we need to know that that was not approved by them for you to come in. Otherwise, you will need to go in to do the agency resource interview. There is some recommendations for questions you can ask, but you can ask any questions that are pertinent to that agency. And during week 8, we're going to get together and we're going to discuss the different places you went to. Each person will talk about it. So when you go someplace, if you'd like to pick up some brochures so you can share them with the classmates, that's wonderful. That is something you're going to do on week 8. And as I said, if you do anything prior to the time it's due, as far as your clinical experiences, you can drop them in here anytime whatsoever. Okay? Otherwise, the DQs and the journal questions, they should be done the week that they are due, because questions that you're going to be asking or reporting on is work that's specific to those weeks. Speaking of DQs, those are the discussion questions. You will not have to do those unless asked because of COVID-19 restrictions for classroom face-to-face visits. I'm hoping that this will not happen, but if it does, you'll be prepared for it. And if you have any questions whatsoever on how to do a DQ or what a DQ is, I would be happy to help you with that, or your professor will be happy to assist you with that. So that's a very quick introduction to 414. 414 is busy, but there's a lot of really neat projects in it that you may not have done before. Be a little different. You'll be able to be more creative, and you'll be able to share of yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time getting to know 414 a little better, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.